Welcome back. So the dust has just about settled on yet another victory for Manchester City. 4-0 winners at home over Southampton. As a result, they go 2 points clear of Arsenal at the top of the Premier League table. And truth be told, they did it with a gear or two to spare, Glenn.
I think you're right, yeah. They played a little bit within today. Not at their very, very best, but they didn't need to be. And that's where they're at the moment. That's how, the rest of the league have got to come and play special against them. They've got to play out of their skin to get anything from them because they're so dominant as a team. They've got every aspect of they're defending as a team. They're a tough team to actually break down now, whereas that was their Achilles heel a few years ago. Their midfield is their midfield, probably the best midfield in the world. And then you've now got Ireland and the strike force. Where is their Achilles heel? They haven't got one. They were brilliant today in the sense that, we know they've got another few gears. Mahrez comes in, plays well, gets his goal. All round, Pep's got to be absolutely delighted. And also, the thing for me today is, in the week and last week against United, he's just nursing in a couple of youngsters as well. What a lovely position to be, 3 or 4-0 up, and you just send a couple of kids on to start learning in their education of the game with all these great players around them. So every which way, they've got it made.
Dangerous all over the pitch, including full-back, and it was through João Cancelo. 20 minutes to breach the Saints' defence. Was this all about João Cancelo for you, Glenn? Yeah,
it was. I mean, it's a fabulous goal. He gets a lot of space out there. It really is an overloaded on one side of the pitch, Southampton. But look how he chops the ball back in. It just creates the angle. Then he throws the dummy, and then he's good enough with his left foot to finish. So we just highlighted Armstrong here. Look, it's just they're too lopsided. There's too much space. Fullback goes in too quickly there. He's got to go in there and win the ball, and that's where the space comes. Now you just see him create the angle. That's what it's about. So he comes inside, then he chops him, and then the finish is exquisite. Keeps it low, and it goes through defenders' legs and nullifies the goalkeeper. It's a terrific goal, it really is. But he's getting a lot of space on that left-hand side, I've got to say.
If that finish was good, what about Phil Foden for City's second?
Yeah, again, I mean, Southampton, really good possession, but Manchester City pressing really well. De Bruyne choosing the right option, but it's a really tidy finish. But what's really interesting about that finish is that Foden's first touch isn't great. I mean, but you look at this scenario here, Walker-Peters gets advanced up the pitch. He's probably expecting the pass now from the centre forward, and then he's got half a pitch to run into. He's got all that space to work with. But on the flip side, if it doesn't happen, you're playing against a dangerous side in Manchester City. Really good play from De Bruyne. The run from Haaland, kind of creating the space. But the finish from Foden, I mean, it's not his best touch. Because the touch goes away from goal, that just creates the angle for him to then get over the goalkeeper. Really, really good finish.
It's an absolute beautiful finish, and he used his first touch because the ball's actually, the momentum's going away, and it's easier to dink the keeper than the ball's going straight on. But what a player this kid can be. I just hope he can play like this for England and they give him his head for England.
Every time Haaland plays at the minute, you're expecting a hat-trick. It hasn't quite happened for him in this first half. He did come agonisingly close, though, to goal number 20 in all competitions.
Yeah, really, really good pass from Phil Foden again. That came from Southampton being a bit advanced, but, I mean, they know exactly where he wants the ball, and he does everything right. Good contact on the ball, goes back across goalkeeper, and again, it just gets a little bit too much. I think it comes off his heel slightly, gets a little bit too much on it, and he hasn't scored. So listen, 45 minutes, get him off.
To be honest, I thought he was going for a 1-2 off the post.
Hey, knowing him, you just never know.
He's that good, yeah.
Let's go to the 3 other games that are also at half-time. I mentioned, that they broke the deadlock after 20 minutes.
Yeah, they did. As you said, they're really good play from João Cancelo. He's been the standout fullback this season in the Premier League, but shows real composure in that final third, and I think that's what separates him, certainly with most, is the composure he shows there. Shapes to bend it with his right foot into that far corner, and then just shifts it onto his left foot, and it's a really, really good finish. But he's one of them fullbacks that are really comfortable when they get into them areas. Left or right foot, comfortable, smashes it through the defender's legs, goalkeeper's unsighted, and it's a really good start for Manchester City and a really good finish.
Yeah, without a doubt, a wonderful player. I mean, you've seen him hit balls to the outside of his right foot beautifully, but here again, he's just a top quality player. You lose the ball against Man City in the middle third, and they'll break on you quickly. Beautiful. This is a wonderful goal. Foden, the angle of the ball just goes away from him. His touch isn't great. De Bruyne, a lovely weighted pass. That's where it's going away, but it actually helps him to dink the ball over the keeper. A fantastic finish, and you wonder at that point that 2-0 after 30 minutes is, wow, what is this going to be a cricket score? But, you know, in the end, they just sort of played within a little bit, City.
This is a good sign, just like he did in midweek. After a slow start to the season, Mahrez got a goal and an assist against Copenhagen. That's now 2 goals and assists in 2 games.
Well, whoever steps up or gets the opportunity, they're taking that opportunity with both hands. And as you said there, Riyad Mahrez, really good finish, by the way, because this is not easy. A lot of people have probably gone with the inside of their left foot, like a side foot, but he volleys it into the ground, tight angle, really good finish. But as you said, we know Mahrez can do that. Top quality finish.
And for some time, we thought it was going to turn out to be one of those rare off days for Erling Haaland. He got frustrated by the woodwork in the first half.
Yeah.
He did get one in the end.
Yeah, he did. And it's all about his movement. I mean, De Bruyne slides a beautiful ball back there to Cancelo, I think it is there. He's onside. Here's the ball. But watch his movement. Just watch Haaland. As that ball comes in there to De Bruyne, it's a lovely little give and go. But it goes, I'm going on the back of the defender. No, I'm not. I'm coming across the front. And it's on his left peg, and he beautifully just slides it in the back of the net. Look, there you go. It doesn't matter how tight they get in the end. And there's appreciation of somebody who's made the goal.
Do you know what? It's not even a big movement either. It's like half a yard where he drops the shoulder. I'm going to go behind you. No, I'm not. Popped up in front of him just to buy that little bit of space.
Yeah.
Really, really tidy finish.
So 15 goals in 9 Premier League games. He's hit the 20-goal mark. Wow. In 13 in all competitions.
Well, how many is he going to... We're going to be sitting here at the end of the season. I mean, if he stays fit, that's the key. And he doesn't look like he's a lad that's going to have a lot of injuries either. So,
well, he's not featuring in the World Cup, is the other thing.
That's right. He's going to be fresh as a daisy. When everyone comes back on Boxing Day, he'll be chomping on the bit to play again. So, amazing, really.
It's crazy because you look at his injury record as well, and you'd think Pep would know that when he signed him. But the fact that Pep's still giving him a lot of minutes, because even today was another one of them games where you go, right, we've got a big Champions League game coming up. Let's withdraw him a little bit. Give him the last half an hour off, keeps playing him. So clearly, he must be fully fit.
4 defeats on the spin, as far as Southampton are concerned. 5 in 6. How alarming is their run of form? And is there much you can take away from today's game?
Well, I think today, it was always going to be difficult for them. I don't think they can be truly judged on one game, particularly City at the moment. But no, it is concerning. But we've seen this with Southampton. They go on these sort of runs and where they do well, and then they feel away, and you think, oh my word, they've lost the reins, and then they go and get some surprising results. What they have got to do now is get those surprising results. If not, I think the manager's going to be under a bit of pressure.
I was just going to say, does that add more fuel to the fire in terms of Ralph Hasenhüttl's future?
I think you take today's result as in isolation, because it's Manchester City. We saw them give Manchester United 6 last week, so not hit the panic button, but they need to start getting results soon.
OK, let's go around the grounds and bring you what happened elsewhere in the Premier League so far. To St James's Park, to what was, in the end, a comprehensive 5-1 win for Newcastle against Brentford. Bruno Guimaraes got the first of his 2 goals.